So when I tell you about this one thing that they don't tell you about when you get to Beijing, I imagine I'm going to gross you out somewhat, because it grosses me out. But look at this, this is beautiful snowy Beijing. Hop. Hop. The things I do for YouTube. Yeah. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. This is me, Ian, here in a very snowy Beijing. As you can see, we are in the throes of a full blizzard, which I believe is due to hit the city a little bit later, so hopefully I'll get some more snow video and some photographs myself. Oh yeah, the things I do for YouTube. It's freezing here. It's beautiful here, despite the weather warning and being told not to come out because extreme temperature and a blizzard moving in. I thought I would come out anyway and share some of this with you because it's just beautiful. I think the snow just adds something spectacular to any photograph. So I've been in China for 7 years now, been in Beijing for most of that time, in fact all of that time. I love it here, it's fantastic. And when people ask me what do I love about the city, I always say the same things. A couple of guys practicing Kung Fu over there, it's pretty cool. It is super safe to get around the city. You can walk anywhere, there's no threatening behaviour, there's no gun violence certainly. Everything's safe, going to pubs and stuff, pretty safe. The food is amazing, people are amazingly friendly, falling over here. It's easy to get around, the infrastructure is fantastic, motorways, rail stations, airports, super clean, dead easy to navigate, A, B, C, D, go wherever you want. Cities are very, very futuristic. In fact, I think that's why often the Western media tells you otherwise and suggests that China is way behind, because that's not the truth. Way ahead on many fronts. That's, I think, why they hold China back with some of these sanctions and stuff. So when you see the Western politicians and governments' tactics employed to hold China back and other countries, once you see that and understand that, it's very difficult to unsee it. So when you get to China, you have to adjust to some things. Everything is not, as I paint it sometimes, a bed of roses. There are challenges, and it's a big lifestyle adjustment that you have to make, and not many people can make that leap without getting a little bit distressed, myself included. To make that jump, you have to really go all in, and if you go all in, then you realise that you have to just accept that there's a lot of stuff happening around you that you have no control over. So there is a loss of control, and if you're a Westerner, sometimes that's a bit of an adjustment you really have to make, but it takes patience. You also have to adjust to the food, although there is plenty of food here and plenty of Western choices, but some people, local food, they don't mix. Me, I'm cool with most of it, but that adjustment is another thing that you just have to make when you get here. There's also that thing about the drinking hot water, which is an adjustment because we just don't do it in the West, but when you get here people always say drink more hot water. Now I'm a convert, I drink a lot of hot water. I could do with some right now, maybe with some coffee in it. You can have other challenges like paperwork, administration, language barrier. There's a lot of things that you have to adjust to. Toilets, you know, the squatty toilets, that's an adjustment sometimes. Note though, most of the malls have modern Western style toilets, seated toilets, and some of the high-end malls even have the Japanese numbers with the whole aircraft control buttons at the side of the toilet and a little bit of heat coming from the seat. Always fun. Just a point here, I've still not used a squatty toilet for a number 2 because I'm scared I fall in. My knees are not the best, even I'm crouching down now. I'll struggle to get back up. So this is my local park. I love it here. It's fantastic. On the summer evenings I'll come here and enjoy the evening, but today is very, very quiet, obviously because of the weather, the snow, and it's getting colder. Ja, she's here. So it's getting colder now and the snow is back on, but there is another thing, that one thing that no one talks about when you're thinking about coming to Beijing, and then when you get here you realise that the winter this time of year, apart from now, it's a bit wet, but most of the time it is extremely dry. And the winters back in the UK, back in Scotland, they are damp, miserable affairs with a lot of rain. So no one tells you about how dry the weather is here. Scotland's a beautiful place, Beijing is a beautiful place, different winters. Scotland, very damp, wet. Here, extremely dry. Here in Beijing, the air during the winter can get super dry. Not like the t-shirt, that's a Japanese company, but the air gets so dry that your body starts to do strange things. No one tells you about this. This is the thing that I might gross you out here, but your body starts to dry out. Your feet, your joints, behind your ears, everything's dried out. Even my eyeballs, I think, sometimes dry out that much that I'm like that emoji, you know, the wow emoji or whatever it is. And this is where the Vaseline comes in handy. Behave, come on. So you need that Vaseline to moisture all your bits. Yeah, morning routine, evening routine, moisture all your joints and stuff and your feet. It's a bit odd. As a guy born in the 1960s, it's a little bit of a ask, big task, morning and evening, but you've got to do it, otherwise you get all a bit dried out. By the way, Vaseline are not sponsoring this channel. You can use any cream, just don't put it in your eyes. If you're going to put anything in your eyes, eye drops is the thing that you want. Got to say that just in case, well, legal disclaimer and all that. So the other thing that comes with the extreme dry air is the fact that you get a lot of shocks, electric shocks. So you pick something up like a, you know, I don't know, a phone or something, you get a shock. You meet someone, handshake, shock. You just touch a doorknob, shock. You end up walking about touching everything, worrying about getting a shock. That's the thing that comes with the dry air. The other thing is your mouth. Your mouth dries out. You end up looking like that character in the Hollywood movie.
Oh, wow! Wow!
No, not that one. Not that guy either. The other guy.
Your lip.
Lip.
Your lip. Your lip is swollen.
A lip.
Yes.
Yeah, him. Some days I feel like him. So basically what I'm saying here is China is a fantastic place to live in. Beijing, beautiful city, lots of amazing things. A couple of bad things to be aware of. One of them is how dry the winters are here in Beijing. Obviously not today because of the snow, but most of the time the winters are super dry. No one tells you about that. No one tells you about your body falling apart because it's so dry. During the winter here in Beijing, I'm dried out like a big Scottish prune. Anyway, this is Ian here in Beijing. Beautiful snowy Beijing. I'm off to enjoy more of the snow. Might go to another part of the city and share with you. Meanwhile, look after yourself, look after your family, your community, and as always, peace out. Take care. Catch you in the next video.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine.